In the depths of the jungle. Grey and purple mosses festooned the tree trunks as they moved further into the dank interior. Their feet rustled in the dry litter of dead leaves on the dim path. Faint chittering noises sounded overhead, and Rosa glanced uncertainly at her companion. He merely shrugged. They walked on, alert for any sign of danger. Rosa focused on the different sounds, low coos, chuckles and whistles from small creatures hidden in the dense jungle. The tendrils of their mundane thoughts of food or shelter coiled into her sensitive mind. None were predators for humans to fear. She scarcely noticed the brown twiggy bushes on the side of the track. A barrage of tiny cracks snapped her into reflex action. She dodged aside, grasping her laser. Needle-like thorns shot from the bushes, missing her by inches. "Watch out," Varan yelled. His power flared. Blue light flashed from his flattened palm and the shower of sharp needles disintegrated. Simultaneously, Rosa flew through the air toward his outstretched hands. She slammed against his hard body and he held her protectively. Psi power tickled where their bodies touched. Rosa gasped, "By all rights you should be punctured with thorns." "I'm fast," he said, dismissive of his power. He made no attempt to release her. She felt the rise and fall of his chest with every breath. A thrill of desire washed over her. Rosa giggled at the absurdity of her position, clasped in the arms of the cold, aloof Psi Master. "Do you usually giggle when a man holds you?" His breath fluttered in her hair. "It depends on his intentions," she hissed. "You shouldn't jump an armed woman." "I'm fast too." Rosa touched the tip of her laser onto his bare neck. "You're a dangerous woman," he murmured, pushing her away gently. She stared at the twiggy shrub bristling with long thorns. "Our passage must have activated the arrows. The bush is quiet now." "Yes," he said. "I believe we will be safe if we detour around those bushes." They marched along the track once more. "I'm sorry, Varan. I missed the thorns because I sense animals, not plants," she muttered, dismayed by her mistake. "You sense living minds, not merely animals. In my opinion, you could detect the mind of a sentient plant," he corrected her words like a pedantic scientist. His combination of protectiveness and detachment frustrated her. Did he consider her merely a business partner? The Psi Master had expressed an interest in her empathic talent, yet he had never tested her abilities. Rosa resolved to unleash her full emotive powers if he ever dropped his mental shield. The rain stopped and daylight glinted ahead. Shafts of sunlight struck through the canopy of leaves, half blinding her dark-adapted vision. The trees thinned and the trail led into a brightly lit clearing. Wide-eyed in wonder, Rosa circled the open area. She admired the colorful flowers clustered on shrubs around the edges of the sunlit space. A movement caught her attention. An animal swung from a tree, its mind buzzing with curiosity about the strange intruders. The small gray animal clung to the branch with 6 legs. A long thin tail swished back and forth under its scaled body. Its round head bore 3 golden eyes on each side. Rosa stretched her hand toward the animal, radiating friendliness. She sensed its intelligence and mild hunger. It cocked its small head and stared at her face. Turning to her companion, Rosa begged, "Please, Varan, can you fetch some bananas to feed it?" He lifted a dark eyebrow and his voice was laden with sarcasm. "Bananas from Earth? How much telekinetic power do you wish me to expend to feed an alien monkey?" "No, I don't want bananas from Earth," she said, wondering if he could really teleport fruit from such a distant location. "I meant the banana-colored fruit hanging from the vines at the edge of the jungle. Did you notice the ripe yellow fruit?" A bunch of the oval fruit appeared on the palm of his hand. He offered the bananas to her, with a theatrical flourish. "I am pleased to serve you." "Thanks," Rosa said, grinning in appreciation of his humor. In reality, she served under his command. Kneeling down, she held out an alien banana to the six-legged monkey. It jumped to her feet, grabbed the fruit in its six-fingered hands and leaped back to the safety of the branch. She heard it chitter, calling its friends to the feast. 5 more monkeys scampered into the clearing, waving their tails high in the air. She tossed the yellow fruit to them. Varan watched her with an appreciative smile twitching on his lips. The alien monkeys devoured the fruit, and 5 of them scurried back into the concealment of the blue-leaved trees. The 6th animal stared at the humans for a minute. Then it blinked all 6 eyes and trotted to the farther end of the open space. The monkey paused at the edge of the clearing and looked back at them. "It wants us to follow," Rosa whispered. Varan quirked his eyebrows in disbelief. "Are you sure?" "Come on," she said, and strode off in the direction of the lone monkey. It led them further, past moss-coated tree trunks and into another open space. In the middle of the glade, half concealed in a drapery of vines, were the tumbled stone walls of a ruined building. Varan breathed in awe. "We have found the remains of the oldest civilization in the galaxy." "The monkey, as you aptly called it, led us here," Rosa noted curtly. He probably believed her empathy a minor talent, unlike the awesome power he could command. He swung to face her, saying, "Rosa, your sensitivity to minds is remarkable. I should trust your instincts." She blushed at the warmth of his unexpected compliment. The Psi Master flicked his fingers and revealed a pink flower in his hand. He offered it to Rosa. She accepted his gift and gazed at the flower, a rose with 5 petals and an amber center matching the tawny color of her eyes. Rosa handed him a hairpin, asking, "Will you pin it in my hair?" He examined the hair clip as if it was a mysterious artifact. She indicated the side of her head, and he fastened the rose to her dark locks. His hand stroked down the length of her chocolate brown hair, and she trembled with pleasure at the warm sparks of his power.